A space convoy on a strange voyage, carrying a rare cargo. The forests, the plants, the growing things doomed to extinction on Earth.
We have just received orders to abandon and nuclear destruct all the forests and return our ships to commercial service.
Dad, we're going home!
You can't blow up this forest.
Hello, Al Pals. This is Big Al. Welcome to Big Al Presents Films with Friends, the film, the American environmentally conscious sci-fi film from 1972, Silent Running, starring Bruce Dern, also known as the father of Laura Dern. That is the film. Joining us, of course, are the lovely little droid or robot or drone in this case. I think they call them in this film, Netter of Netter's Network. How are you doing, my lady? And what you drinking tonight?
I'm doing really well. And actually, hold on one sec. Okay, is that better? Okay, there we go.
Yeah, that's fine.
I am drinking Signature Select Seltzer Water Raspberry. And I think Troy is upstairs making popcorn, so he's not down here yet.
Oh, he's not back yet. Well, Troy is tardy. Gonna have to mark that on his report card. But yes,
matters.
But what?
I said popcorn matters.
Oh, yeah, that is true. I would never try to separate a man from his popcorn. Trust me. I mean, if you know me, I truly believe that I'm, I'll bite your finger off if you go after mine. But let's just say Troy Pacelli, the man at the end of the bar from Last Call with Troy Pacelli, will join us shortly. Let's see who is with us in the chat. Of course, the Cosby link is posted at the top. Pin there for those of you who want to watch along tonight. If you are joining us at a later time, when we're not live, you'll have to use your own copy of the film. Me just hoping everybody enjoys tonight. Connie Cleary, the bird woman of YouTube, thank you for joining us. Lady Mist, the garden nymph. What did I say? Did I say late? I did say Lady Mist. For some reason, I heard it differently. The bird, not the bird woman of YouTube, the garden nymph of YouTube, in my estimation. Curtis Selby, welcome. Let's see, boop, doop, doop, beep, doop, 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 doop. Kind of saying hi. Everybody saying hi. FKH, I cannot talk tonight. FKHC 2005, also known as Tim, is also with us tonight. Deleted Scenes is live on another channel right now. He'll join us later on. Enjoy the show. Well, thank you for dropping by, letting us know. Deleted Scenes will be joining me this coming Friday for another sci-fi classic from the 70s, late 70s, The Black Hole, Walt Disney's first PG film. We've also got some robots in it, so got a little theme going this week. Netter's Network saying hi, sweetie, to everyone, of course, as she is always want to do. And Geek Flag with Nate Knows 1973 saying hi, everybody. Just got home after having a particularly effed up day. Well, sorry, man.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, sweetie.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it happens. I hope you're feeling better now. And I hope joining us and relaxing and watching a cool old film is always a good way to get over a bad day. But yeah, Silent Running. It is a film I know maybe not a lot of people have heard of. In fact, in the chat, let me know if you have seen this film or not. It's little
I'm
known.
not certain if I've seen it. I mean, the fact that the robots are Huey, Louie, and Dewey, it sounds familiar. But am I have just remembered it from something else.
Yeah, the three drones, Huey, Louie, and Dewey, kind of became like little, they're cult hero, kind of, in a lot of the older sci-fi crowd, because robots from a film are always apt to be very popular, and they were the inspiration for R2D2. Even George Lucas has said that.
What I gotta say to that? We got popcorn.
Popcorn in the house. Now we can welcome Mr. Troy Pacelli, the man at the end of the bar from Last Call with Troy Pacelli. Thank you for finally joining us, my friend.
Yeah, I told you he was making popcorn.
Yeah. But
sorry about that. Yeah.
Oh, that's all right. But yeah, Netter Shazza, and you haven't seen it either.
Nope. I have not.
Which surprises me. This is one of those films where I am not surprised if people haven't seen it.
Yeah.
It is kind of I don't know if I would even call it a cult classic, but it's probably more so than any others. It's a lesser known, kind of on the fringe of the sci-fi fandom kind of thing, but there are a lot of great elements to it. One's got Bruce Dern, popular star, but even the ship itself, the Valley Forge, and the others of the same design, fans of Battlestar Galactica will recognize, because they were they kind of made part of that ragtag fugitive fleet later on. And some cool elements are that the Valley Forge, where the ship in it was, the Valley Forge, the filming, the interior shots were done on an aircraft carrier that had just been decommissioned, and that aircraft carrier was the Valley Forge.
Oh, that's cool.
And the fact that they changed the name in the script to honor that. And
that's
I thought
cool. Yeah.
I thought that's a really cool fact. So all those interior shots, like, in the ship proper, it was done on that.
The actual Valley Forge.
That's on the actual cool USS Valley Forge Essex class aircraft carrier. I was looking it up. I was like, oh man, that's kind of cool. Yeah, it was scrapped like shortly after filming, sadly. But let's go. Okay, what? Oh, Geekfly said, well, from your perspective, it sounds kind of familiar, so I don't know whether I saw it or not. It's one of those kind of films you're not sure. The Valley Forge of this film is a botanical ship from Battlestar Galactica. Yes, it is. So let's go ahead and watch it. My version of the film is 1:29:36. Did you see that?
Yeah, I got 37. I think we're going to be a little bit off.
Oh, and 1 second's going to kill us.
Yeah.
Okay, I am ready to roll when you are, sir. Like I said, if you are watching with us now, Cosmic Link at the top. If you're watching later, I kind of got to look for it. It's out there. It is out there somewhere. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. It's a space with Universal logo.
I was just going to say, when you have a Universal film, it's like, okay, this is the start of a sci-fi.
Oh, a sci-fi, yeah. It kind of works that way.
Oh, and of course, it starts with the plants.
Well, it's kind of, it is an environmentally themed. And it's not subtle. It's like pretty much in your face. That is the whole aspect of why he does what he does.
Yeah, when you were describing it before, oh gosh, these 70s movies that started out with this kind of music. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, in fact, like Joan Baez has got like a
Oh, I
at
kind
the
of
end.
can't stand Joan Baez. I
Sorry.
really don't. No, it's just the way it is, you know. But what was I going to say? Oh, I'm using the wrong mouse. When you were describing basically the themes behind this and whatnot, made me think of Wall-E. You know,
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
and
okay, it's Wall-E.
I mean, you know, that's another thing where you look at Wall-E and it's similar
Yeah,
to Huey, Dewey, and Louie, what they're doing. You know, they are the little worker drones. You know, that's
yeah.
what they do. Um, some well-known people like the writers of this include
Mm-hmm.
Michael Cimino and Steve Bochco. If anybody is familiar with that name from,
Stephen Bochco, yeah.
yeah, and directed by Douglas Trumbull,
Wow.
big time visual effects guy for like Space Odyssey, Close Encounters, and of course, uh, one of the guys helping him on this film was John Dykstra.
Why do I know that name?
A little film called Star Wars.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yep.
Tim dropped a picture of Wall-E in the chat, and there was an active Wall-E at MegaCon.
Oh, cool.
Came up to us and waved at us. Obviously, somebody was nearby, you know, controlling.
Yeah. I always loved it when you got to see like working astromechs at conventions.
Oh, they had a bunch of those. They had like a whole parade of them.
Yeah, and I love, you know, you come up with your own design, color scheme, and whatever name you kind of come up with.
There was one. It was a black R2 unit with the you know, the bar setup, you know, on his shoulders, but it was made out of wood and it looked a little steampunkish. I'm like, get some good pictures of this. This is going to be the mascot of Last Call.
The Cardar, the walking.
Yeah.
I like those little.
Yeah.
They always,
like golf carts.
Yeah, they remind me of the banana splits. Those little cars that are driving around with the banana splits.
Okay, so these guys are a-holes.
They really are. Yeah.
Yeah, they can be.
American Airlines.
Yep. That would be so fun. But when you're on a deep space mission, you got to find ways to
blow off some
yourself.
steam. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no reason for them to wreck the guy's garden.
Yeah, considering how important those plants are. Probably to their own very existence. Oh man, I would love to know how the practicals were done on that.
The people inside were amputees.
Oh, so they're like on their hands.
Yeah. It's kind of. I haven't seen the pictures of those who did it, but that's when I was reading up on it.
Okay, I honestly don't understand that. It's obviously some kind of billiards, but there's no pockets and it's round.
Yeah.
Could be you know. Oh, what's that? Bumper pool.
Bumper pool, yeah, I've heard of that.
I never understood how that. I mean, I know there's like weird little things in the middle of the table, but I never really got.
I have to assume it's something like a tabletop version of bocce ball, where you have to get as close to something as possible.
Yeah, or like curling or something. Ooh, I need to get me some. I need to get me some celery one day. I want to make a super major chicken salad.
Oh yeah,
Like not just chicken and mayo, but like add all the other goodies.
So is he like some sort of a friar or a space hippie or something?
He's a botanist, so he is very much yeah, he's a botanist and ecologist.
Gotcha. American Airlines space freighter. Interesting.
Yeah, he's the one. He's the one who basically spends his time with the plants. I love the design of the Valley Forge and the other ships.
Yeah.
And it also respects the fact that you have to really worry about gravity in space. You can like have them at different angles.
Yeah. So I guess we're supposed to assume there's some sort of artificial gravity.
I guess so.
And the individual like domed pods have their own gravity and up and down,
Yeah.
so to speak.
Yeah. It's one of those things where someone like us would think about that, but your Joe average moviegoer might not really worry. You just accept it. What was what was that show? Lex? Remember the show Lex? Lex.
Oh yeah, I didn't actually watch it. Yeah,
but they had their ship. I don't know why. I think their ship was very similar. They had like a big bug head looking thing to it.
So about the sci-fi, I get you. I kind of just accept it too. But when you do think about it, it implies a lot.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be said, but when you do think about it, it's like, okay, well then that means that this must be the case, and so
yeah, because and literally you could explain it with one line of dialogue. It's like, well, know, the artificial gravity is working fine. Boom, all you need. Geek Flag saying, "I hunted down the banana splits. They all beg for their lives except Fleagle." Not Snorkel, not Snorky.
See, he's not wearing hippie garb anymore.
It's almost like when he's communing with nature, I think.
And Troy's sipping on a squirt.
Yep. So it's got a lot of patches. Is he like sponsored by all these different companies or something? He's a NASCAR driver now?
That's what it looks like.
Mirror badges?
Well, he does have his AA badge, and I think the badge on his shoulder there is like a beach symbol.
Oh.
And I forgot what it meant. I remember reading it, but it was something like a hazard condition or something. And I think it also corresponds to their last name because his name is Lowell, and that's like stands for an L or something.
Gotcha.
because that's where you get your oxygen from.
Mm-hmm. It does make you wonder, like, because Earth has no forests anymore.
Yeah.
Because if you all the ships are named after national parks.
Here it comes.
Why the heck would you do that?
No explanation. Basically, they want the ships for their regular duty. They've been out there for, like you said, 8 years or so.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you need the forest for
Yeah.
air.
But remember, this is the future. Who knows what's going on? Or, I mean, it makes you wonder if they're in a Spaceballs kind of a situation back on Earth.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Very intricate design. I know the filming model for the Valley Forge was like 26 feet long or something. Very intricate.
Yeah, I was going to say, based on the size of what I assume the trees inside were,
Mm-hmm.
I kind of extrapolated about how big the ship would have to be.
It's like, and the animals all know him and trust him.
Yeah, he's been their guardian for 8 years. Maybe Holdo's dad proves he's not a team player either.
When you listen to this
Yeah.
music, I kind of feel like it kind of justifies Carrie Fisher singing in the holiday special. It's like she didn't sound worse than this.
No, she did not.
I like that shot with Saturn. I mean, I know you like today's audience. The music, the song is kind of, what the heck? But for the early 70s, it's exactly what that's exactly the kind of song you're going to get here and pretty much be okay with.
There was an element to the 70s that were very much things that were done before the 70s and things that were done after the 70s can be timeless. But things that were done in the 70s, you look at them and go, yep, that's the 70s. There's no other time in history ever.
It's a cantaloupe.
I don't think they give the year, or if they do, I mean, I don't know what the year is, but it's like a different.
Yeah. Oops.
But I mean, they're used to the processed and
Yeah.
fortified and everything else. He has those crazy eyes.
He sure does. Okay, so based on some interpretations of the story, it takes place in the not too distant future, probably around the turn of the 21st century.
And like I said, back in the 70s, it's that 30 some year period was a long way away. In fact, I think in one overseas venue, the title of the film was 2002 Space Odyssey 2 or something like that.
Yeah.
Even though it had nothing to do with 2001.
Right.
And one of the guys goes, maybe he knows something we don't. He does.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, they can't survive without that synthetic crud. But he can.
Okay,
He's
watch his eyes.
Yeah.
See his eyes well up with tears.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
He was asked about that scene. He was thinking of his daughter who had passed away 2 years before.
Oh, man. Yeah, that would do it, right?
Yeah.
He's not going to ever see a leaf.
He was that kind of actor. He just was able to draw and things like that.
Yeah.
Satorically, it's like 75 degrees everywhere. That's my ideal temperature. But think how boring it would be. There's no snow.
Yeah.
No rain. I mean, is there rain? What about wind? Is there a cool breeze on a sunny days or but you do get, I mean, you already can figure he's going to do something pretty drastic to do what he can to save these forests. Almost looks like they're in a Christmas tree farm.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is a cool place to walk around. I always loved walking.
Gonna turn into a tree now.
Yeah, right.
He's a werepine. Speaking of becoming a tree, if anybody gets a chance to watch The Gorge, good film. Got a review up on it. It's currently on Apple TV Plus. But it reminded me of that when I was thinking about like someone turning into a tree.
Yeah.
Man, that's a heavy duty light.
Well, apparently he's the doctor as well. No.
And make sure. I wonder if you could like. I know that technically, but it's like going postal. So,
So I was just looking it up, and there's some speculation as to why they would have had to have gotten rid of the domes. The domes require maintenance. While they apparently had a large area for each dome, it wasn't enough for an entire ecosystem. This is shown by Lowell's need to take care of them and his leaving one drone behind to take care of the forest. So leaving the domes out there,
spoilers.
okay, would likely not preserve the habitats well. There would be no gain for leaving them out there. But number two is probably the biggest one. We're beginning to find out now in dealing with just what's in orbit around Earth that space debris can be troublesome and even dangerous. The domes did not appear to have any ability to change course on their own other than simple thrusters to detach from the ship. So their orbits would not be stable and they would soon become navigation hazards.
Right.
But
because you think about, someone think, well, I'll just, if I built a spaceship and just go out into space, it'd be really cool. You would be like hitting a flood of screws and bolts and all kinds of other little micro debris. Space is filled with junk.
The implication is that they're running into a crisis of resources.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, if that's the case, I think they have bigger problems than worrying about the trees. I think these people out here on these ships have a limited span. They're not going to survive. They're just trying to prolong it as long as possible.
Yeah. No, I think it's just I think it's a money thing. We got our ships out there, hold these things, and people back on Earth going, we don't need them, but we can really use those ships back doing the service that they're supposed to be doing instead of babysitting a bunch of trees.
Yeah.
So let's get rid of that. Like you said, blow them up so that, it can vaporize the debris, keep them out of the space, the space highway kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know why these guys are so happy.
They'll be going home.
The whole world is about to be destroyed. There's a squirrel.
You wouldn't be hearing the sound, but okay.
Well, yeah.
Squirrel.
The damage doesn't look as bad from out here.
Looks like a little UFO flying away.
Yeah.
You're right about the noise. You never, like I said, a normal audience might not think about it. I actually wasn't even worried about it.
Well, see, here's the thing.
But you're totally right.
There's two extremes, right? And both it's falling short on. Either there should be no sound at all because, no sound in space, or it should be a really huge effing sound because it's a nuclear blast.
Right?
Oh, comforting his friend, the tortoise.
Yeah.
Man, everyone is like a shot to his heart.
Yeah. Oof.
That hurt.
Yeah. Well, somebody took high school wrestling.
And he can hide him in the forest and no one will ever find him.
There's animals in this forest.
Well, there were animals in all the other ones, apparently.
Were there?
Presumably.
I would think there'd be animals of some sort, but they may be different. I wonder if they're different ecosystems.
Probably.
Like you might have a pine forest, and then you have a more tropical forest, like rainforest. Well, that's a way to get rid of the other guys.
Yeah. Congratulations.
You're going to find out what it's like to be the forest.
Yep.
The doctor going crazy is never good. They can kill you and make it look like an act of God.
Well, blowing up in a nuclear explosion sure does seem like an act of God.
Oh.
So why does the ship
What did
have
it say?
suitcase nukes?
He
For
got
this very
nailed by
reason.
he got nailed by the other guy that he was fighting with.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's got to be bad if he's tourniqueting it.
Yeah.
But what the other guy nail him with?
It was a shovel or something.
Yeah, like one of those little small shovels.
Which he then took and choked him out with.
If it's the kind I'm thinking of, they can be used as axes, like the little camping. God, he plays crazy guys so
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
It almost looks like there's little people in there from the way that
There
they're
are.
walking.
He was saying that they're amputees, so they're walking on their hands.
Oh,
Yeah, drone one is Mark Persons, then there's Cheryl Sparks and Stephen Brown as Huey, and then Larry Wisenhunt as Louie. But yeah, I was just looking at a picture of Larry Wisenhunt. He basically had only half a torso.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he had no legs and just he walked on his hands. Geeks like say he's bleeding paint. Yeah.
Yeah. Must have been left over from all those Hammer films.
You do get a lot of bright red in those Hammer films.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was getting a better look at his patches. They're all patches from different parks.
Oh, okay.
I guess it kind of attests to his love of nature.
Yeah.
Because one of them said Sierra Nevada.
so what happens if he doesn't get it taken care of before nightfall?
I don't know.
Oh, darkness, not nightfall.
So basically, we're going into where the title because he goes into silent running. He's trying to disappear.
Right.
In one of the I think one of the early versions of the script, there were a lot more drones. There were like hundreds of them. And at one point, they were painting the ship dark in order to hide better. Dow Chemicals on that one.
They're dropping stuff just to get rid of it.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're dropping or why.
Or maybe they're doing it to make it look like debris.
Maybe.
Because subs will do that.
Right, that's true.
They'll put stuff in shoot out the torpedo tubes to make it look like they blew up. He's only got that one little forest left. That's all he's got. His entire world.
Al, I'm dropping a link in the private chat. Check this out.
Okay.
Some tells me it's not going to do anything of the sort.
Why can't I find the private chat? Oh, never mind. I got it.
Right.
I got
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, cool.
Yeah, those are custom, but they're in scale with Star Wars action figures.
Yeah, that's kind of neat.
Yep.
It's like, dude, wrap your leg.
And actually,
Yeah.
I could totally see them being used in a, like a diorama, like with Jawas and stuff.
Yeah, Jawas.
Is it a med bot?
Well,
Like,
I think they're general purpose drones.
Yeah, they could be programmed for different stuff.
Dude needs to address the wound in his leg before it gets worse.
Yeah, if he dies, that pretty much puts an end to
the movie.
Yeah.
Well, the movie, yes, but I was going to say that forest he's trying to save.
That too. Microfiche?
He's reprogramming them. He's tapping his toe.
Yeah.
It's like somebody's telling us to do something new.
Okay, I just realized where I know Bruce Dern from. He played the main character's father in Big Love.
Okay, yeah. See, I know I've always known him from this and Support Your Local Sheriff.
Oh, okay.
Where he played the son that was in jail.
But yeah, he was kind of a nut in Big Love too, kind of crazy.
He always plays a nutcase.
I guess.
Hopefully they can actually do the surgery.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and he's Laura Dern's father. Okay.
Yeah, we also
Yeah.
saw at the beginning, but
Oh, yeah, I may have been out of the room at the time.
Also in The Burbs.
Oh, I vaguely remember that one.
Mm-hmm. He was in Hang 'em High. He's been all kinds of stuff. Now he's been nominated a couple times for Academy Awards.
hope those things are sterile.
Geek Flag say he's an environmental terrorist. He killed 3 people to save a forest. Yeah, it's like I said, it's a interesting topic for discussion. Exactly, is he a hero or is he the villain in a way?
I mean, and honestly, that's kind of what he wants. Yeah, just let
He
me
just
be.
leave me alone. Yeah, I just want to be, because he's got food.
Yeah.
He can grow his own food, and who knows? Even if he does need the synthetic stuff, he probably got a lot of that left.
Yeah. Well, whatever rations were on that ship for 4 people,
Yeah,
he just multiplied his share by 4. So
yeah. Geek Flag saying all villains are the hero of their own story. Exactly. That's one thing I always liked about this film. It is very, it's a thinker.
what it really comes down to is, see, I think if you want to play the whole numbers game, right? Is he a hero? Is he a villain? Whatever. I suspect you're not going to get your answer because we don't really know what's going on with the fleet. We don't know why they're getting rid of the domes. We don't know what the ultimate fate of humanity is going to be. I mean, I think the only way you can manage, he's a hero, is if he's able to save that forest long enough that he can return it to Earth and, like, I don't know, replant everything or something like that. then you could say, yeah, he was a hero. He saved the world. He,
Yeah, but that one is not going to be an option
right.
because you can't hide. I think even if he got back to Earth, there's no way he could.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's a way that you could get the forest back down to Earth. So
Yeah, I think he is perfectly happy to be in this forest. No. He's got a rough ride. I think what it is, he's going through the rings,
yeah,
or at least what we thought were the rings at the time.
I was just gonna say, yeah, because we've since learned that a ship like that could probably go
It'd be
through
ripped
the rings,
apart.
and yeah, it would never actually hit anything because there's so much space between the bits,
Yeah.
And even if you were hit by something, chances are it's not fast moving.
Oh, it also depends on the angle you hit too, because
Well,
they mentioned that earlier. It's like if there's no way you'd be hitting it at a good angle for the ship. But it's like, do they think it's just like an energy barrier as opposed to a whole bunch of rocks?
yeah, 1971. Does that predate the data that we got back from the Voyagers? I think so.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
So I think we had very little idea about what Saturn's rings were really composed of.
I like the design of this ship, the
Yeah.
scout, the because it reminds, if you on a smaller scale, if you think of the Eagle from Space 1999.
Oh, sure, yeah,
That girder look.
yeah.
God, I love the Eagles. I love that ship.
Well, this was very much in keeping with the I don't want to say the aesthetic, but the sensibilities of what spacecrafts were going to be out, back then. The idea that you could build onto them and build onto them. They were modular.
Right.
I mean, we still have that concept.
One little thing I read, if I remember correctly, that little pail that he picked up was Bruce Dern's actual daughter's pail.
Oh, wow.
Compost.
Yep.
Hey, ditch devil.
Yeah.
Or ditch witch. No, dish witch. That's it.
But they're stepping on all the plants.
That's okay. They're going to be replanting there anyway.
We didn't receive the first transmissions from Voyager until 1979.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, this was like Earth 72. They were filming in 71. So. We always think of films today like taking months and months. I think they filmed this thing in like 30 days.
Sure.
You were my friend.
Well, here's the thing about the way they used to make movies. They used to plan them out. So what we consider post, they were doing while they were filming.
Yeah.
They were already doing the, in quotes, special effects
Yeah.
shots because
Look
they
at
didn't need the actors for that.
Well, I mean, and even just like look at films back in the 30s and 40s.
Yeah.
Those things they were like just grinding them out.
Mm-hmm. I mean, and nowadays it's just incredibly wasteful the way they do films.
Mm-hmm.
They do a film. Nah, we don't like that. Let's go back and reshoot these scenes. Let's rewrite the script. Let's start over again. It's like, people, figure it out in advance, do it to its completion, and then go on to the next movie.
I like that they are slightly different designs.
Yeah.
Poor Louis.
Oh, he lost one of the drones?
Yeah, when they were going through the rings. It was on the outside and its leg kind of couldn't hold. I can attest when you live alone, you talk to things.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lesser San Jose saying the film was a commodity and couldn't be wasted. First of all, welcome, Lesser San Jose, the skeptic tape.
Well, the irony is that it's not just film, though, that's the commodity. There's time, there's effort, there's the expenditure of money. Those are all commodities that they don't seem to care about anymore.
Yeah, well, like I said, back in the 30s and 40s, they just reused same buildings, same
Right.
spaces. They crank stuff out. Like a lot of people, I don't know how many people know Dracula. They filmed a Spanish version
Right.
at night on the same set.
Yep.
With Carlos Villar as Dracula. Or Villarius, as sometimes he's called. Whoops.
You did it backwards, yeah. We're all space hippies floating through space.
Now, I mean, if you really want to see space hippies, you've got to see that one episode of Star Trek.
Yeah.
Those are space hippies.
Oh my god. This would be a much better movie without this music, let me tell you.
Well, Joan Baez was a thing back then, dude. I can't,
She's a thing, all right. Was never a fan, and I'm even less of a fan today. Because it was bad enough when I just didn't like her music. When she started spewing about her politics, I'm like, screw you.
Conservation pledge. I mean, if you're someone who is kind of a isolationist and don't,
Yeah,
wouldn't be a bad little life.
true.
Are we talking about the Jonestown episode Deep Space Nine, the one where they made Cisco go into a box? What?
There's a lot of Deep Space Nine that I haven't seen, so
Yeah, I don't remember that. I don't think she was ever quiet about her politics, Troy. Yeah.
But there was a difference between the radical ecology, hippies of the 60s and now what they are. I could probably get behind a lot of the loony lefty stuff from the 60s and 70s, but they've lost the script. They don't even know what's going on anymore. They think it's still the 60s.
That's all that's left of Louis.
Okay, what's really weird is you get the impression that there's some sort of sentience to these drones.
Mm-hmm.
But if that's the case, they should have some form of communication, I mean, hell, we've got stupid computers today and they talk.
Yeah, well, true. I mean, but you never know. I mean,
and man, it was just 5 years later you had C-3PO.
They may have just constructed them just to be your normal worker drone.
True.
No need to speak.
God bless you.
Thank you.
So now is headquarters, whoever, considering him to be dead?
Yeah, they think he's lost in space.
See, yeah. when you're in space, you try to keep yourself sane by doing weird things. Whoa.
Well, that's not good.
I think he's remembering.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, what was that?
Dirt.
I hope it was just dirt.
He's got to be pretty regular. He's got a lot of fiber in his diet.
Yeah, right?
I guess if he's got a good bean crop, then he's got the protein. It's also, but he does have some animals in there. You never know.
I was
Yeah,
just going to
Mr.
say, and we're also talking about animals that reproduce rather quickly and have a short lifespan. So, yeah, for one person, he probably has enough protein. No worries.
So, I think the episode was called Paradise. Cisco and O'Brien get stranded on a planet where they meet the lady who hates tech, and she's more or less running a cult. It's not a very good episode. Yeah, it must not be. I don't remember that one. It sounds vaguely familiar, but it's conscious getting the better of him. Geek Flag saying so-called climate scientists say we need to reduce our carbon footprint. Why? We're carbon-based life forms. Plants and trees take carbon and produce oxygen.
Yeah, that's the other thing. People
But
are so concerned.
we need to make sure we have enough plants to do that.
Well, but here's the fallacy behind the current climate models. If carbon is building up in the atmosphere and we are increasing the temperature, right, which is going to melt the polar ice caps and everything, that's actually good for the plants. In the time of dinosaurs, we had much higher greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, and we basically had a greenhouse. That's why you had these big jungles and why animals could grow as big as they did, because there was so much oxygen in the world.
I do have one environmental thing that I kind of I don't really say anything about it usually, but like in Borneo and Sumatra, the palm tree farming is like overtaking the orangutan.
Oh, yeah. Well, and if you want to put it into a more anthrocentric reason not to do that, why are they growing all those palm trees? To make palm oil.
Palm oil,
Palm
yep.
oil is poison, and they're feeding it to us. So we're literally killing off,
killing off the
wildlife
cute
to kill
little
ourselves.
orangutans.
Yeah.
I love an orangutan. They're my favorite animal.
Official rules of card games.
Yeah.
See, those kinds of books, I used to see those all the time at conventions. They used to parody them to do things like the rules for 3D chess and stuff like that. We're going to play cards.
Yep. But yeah, the sentience, you see it there. Like,
yeah,
he taps like, hey,
wakes him up.
He's coming. The difference in playing a computer today.
Wow. You got trash. Okay, so are the drones going to go crazy and try to kill him or something?
No.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I don't know. That would have. I could kind of see that in this movie.
If they remade the movie, maybe.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, it wasn't
Silent Running by Michael Bay.
Right.
Or Sam Peckinpah.
Right. Nope.
Okay.
See that? Yeah, they are communicating. He's showing his cards. They're playing each other against him.
Yeah. Full house.
Yeah. Well, that explains why he didn't want any other cards. This guy's
That
nothing.
makes him happy.
Yeah, he is, remember the old Ren and Stimpy show? Space madness.
Yeah, exactly.
It does make you wonder what they're talking about, though, with each other.
Right.
It's like, he cray.
Something.
And I wonder how elaborate their communication is. I mean, can they actually carry on a conversation with each other? Like, is he okay? I don't know. He seems happy.
Did they tear up all his plants?
No, but think about where he's at. What is he not getting?
Sunlight.
Yeah.
So Tor's like, don't taunt the robots, man. That's how they become self-aware.
That's right. Yeah, for somebody who's been caring for the trees for so long, you'd think.
imagining running through a.
Yeah.
You think about it, there's nothing like that anymore on Earth.
Right.
Yeah, Coca-Cola.
Yep.
Does that mean that whole bin is full of Coca-Cola?
Very likely. I mean, unless Coca-Cola won the beverage wars, and now it could be anything.
Huey. What is amazing is you can feel
Yeah.
the concern that Dewey has.
Yeah. He's thinking, if any of my circuits or gears will help, I'll gladly
I'll
donate.
gladly donate them. Yeah. Like he's leaning to see. Doesn't want to leave his friend. Oh.
Well, if he had waited in the forest like he was supposed to,
Yeah, I think he got him working. He just doesn't. I don't think he's mobile anymore. He's like me.
Yeah.
My God, making a mess. Ring, ring, ring. Someone's calling.
He's like, why don't these guys just leave me alone?
I know.
Well, he's coming out from the other side.
Nope, I'm illiterate. He's like, oh crap, they found me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying not to.
Hey, Huey can get around. Oh, that's good. And he said he couldn't fix Huey. I'm wondering what doesn't work anymore. Here comes the sun.
Paparita.
Here comes the sun. And I say, it's too bright.
It's too bright. Doodle-doo-doodle-doo-doo. Incandescent bulbs. Those are bad for the environment.
You got to give him a lot of credit being able to act that emotionally with basically a box.
Yeah.
There he goes.
So he's setting the forest off and staying in the other part?
Yeah, he set it off with
with
one
Dewey.
of the drones.
Dewey's got all he needs to know.
And I don't really understand why the guy said don't, destroy it. But whatever.
I think it was because they were too close or something.
Oh, okay.
Can't remember exactly, though. Hey, deleted scenes. Welcome, welcome.
Hey.
Just time to see the last few minutes.
Yeah, this ending was kind of broadcasted early on.
Yeah.
This guy was not the most stable.
Nah, I mean, it's a Thelma and Louise type of an ending. Yeah, I mean, in a way. Or, Lowell and Huey.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you could have sent Huey with the other dude.
Huey wouldn't be able to help him.
He was going to be a liability.
Yeah.
He would have required too much attention
too much maintenance
to maintain. Yeah. How appropriate. Ack.
The music is like dun, dun.
Yeah. Like a heartbeat.
So he just self-deleted.
Yep.
Exactly. Well, he would have paid. He kind of paying for his crimes. And Dewey, he was using his daughter's bucket.
Right. Wally.
All by himself.
Yep.
In the last forest of humanity.
Well, that's pretty futile. I mean, it's like
it's kind of a grim ending, but this one forest survived, whereas none of the others did. Song sung by Joan Baez. Troy's favorite.
Oh, Maron.
I'm trying to remember if the song, how the song actually did. Oh, there was a novelization by Scholastic Books. I used to love Scholastic Books when they came to school.
Yeah, I did
Oh,
too.
that was a big day.
So many movies got novelizations back then, ones that you wouldn't expect, and they all embellished the story. I mean, like the movie Grease had a novelization, and you got all the story was being told from the point of view of Sonny.
Well, remember, Grease 2 got a book too, and I thankfully have that thanks to one Miss Netter of Netter's Network.
Yes, that's absolutely right. That's absolutely right. There you go.
Well, that is Silent Running. 1972, a look at a man who is desperate to try to save the last forest of Earth. Sadly, well, he accomplished it, but at a very, very high cost. So what'd you guys think?
It was interesting.
Yeah, I mean,
it's one of those 70s movies.
Yes,
it's definitely it's a movie of its time, and I think Troy would agree if they had other songs rather than Joan Baez might have been a little bit better for him.
Honestly, I'm so used to scores now that there's very few vocal songs that are appropriate for films like this, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know any other song, but it is what it is. The early 70s, there were weird songs all over the place in movies. But yeah, this one's it's always been a favorite of mine as far as just kind of being kind of out there. Like I said, is he a hero? Is he a villain? He definitely goes on a journey there, but you do get a lot of influences to future films like Star Wars, and like I said, even Battlestar Galactica would reuse the ship, and there was something else I saw, and I can't remember what I wanted to say. Oh yeah, in the movie Ready Player One, the ship also shows up. It's like on one of the characters' desks.
Cool.
But I hope everybody likes it. Like I said, it's a somber film, but it's really like I said, it's just one film I've been wanting to rewatch for the longest time now, and just never got around to it. So I put it on the list, and I was like, let's see how it goes. I really enjoy it. I think it's a thought-provoking film. It definitely is. Which leads us to films. What film are we watching next week, Netter?
We are watching.
She's got to double check.
I know it begins with an F.
Firefox.
Ooh, Firefox.
Oh, now that's one I've been looking forward to for a while.
Shoo.
I know.
That's a good film. I like that film. I haven't seen that one in a while, but it's good. Clint Eastwood's Firefox. Looking forward to that. Of course, we got a full week ahead. Tomorrow, of course, I'm not sure what he's got on tap, but deleted scenes. Please put down what your Western cinema may be tomorrow, if you have one at all, and of course, watch his Unscripted at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which of course is followed by Geeky Geezers on Age of Boomers channel at 9 p.m. You got a preview for us?
We do. We have a lot of James Bond news.
Oh yeah.
And there was like a different article with an update coming out every day this past week. So we've got a lot of James Bond to look at, and some very surprising comic book news. Don't want to give it away. A lot of you might already know what it is. But if you just tune in at the beginning, you'll probably be able to figure it out, because it will be homaged by the good old days.
Awesome. Then following that, I'm not sure what the deleted scenes might have with his. I know he changed it, but after midnight, his after midnight show, I know he's changed it. I want to say the center seat.
By invite only.
It's reserved seats. Oh, there's no unscripted or reserved seats this week. So never mind. Monday night. Anything last call to movies?
Yep. Jake Gyllenhaal's in Source Code, another sci-fi film. Netter is saying she doesn't remember it, but I think we saw it. I think she'll probably start to remember it as we
probably.
Yeah, as we start to watch it.
Never seen it, but I've heard of it.
Kind of a time travel story. We'll get into it on Monday.
Is he on a is he on a train? Okay, yep. I know what you're talking about.
I believe it's set in Chicago too.
And that's going to be at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 Central.
8 Central, yes, exactly.
Oh, okay. Tuesday night, any Sparkwood and 21?
Yes, Sparkwood and 21. I will be giving a synopsis of the Secret History of Twin Peaks. That's a 10-hour audio drama that I did not think we wanted to dedicate 10 weeks of the show to, so I'm going to summarize it in one.
Also, Delia Scenes has a mystery movie night podcast on Tuesday at 7 p.m. So I'm wondering what film they'll get to watch. Some interesting stuff coming out that I've seen in the wind. So at that, and then that'll be followed by Blake 7.
Blake 7, next episode of Blake 7. I don't remember the title, but
awesome. Yep. Okay. Nothing on Wednesday that I am aware of. Thursday, things on Netter's Network.
Thursday, I don't currently have a guest, so right now it's just me and Troy. So if anyone out there is interested in being a guest on Netter's Network Thursday Things, please drop me a DM on Twitter and let me know what Thursday you'd be interested in being a guest on. I'm looking for people looking to grow their channels with their own content, as well as if you are me in a particular subject and you're like, hey, I'd like to come on and talk about this thing I'm really passionate about, let me know.
Yep.
Ooh, that could be interesting, getting all kinds of people in the things that they like to.
Right. Or if you even want to teach something, like, hey, I know all about this thing and I want to show people how to do it.
Exactly.
Let me know.
Oh, there you go. Then that leads us to Friday, where at 8 p.m. on this coming Friday, Deleted Scenes will be joining me, and we will once again go into the depths of space on our very rickety spaceship, and we're going to be watching The Black Hole from Walt Disney. The first Disney film ever to get a PG rating, and it's also got a couple of cool robots in it. So
that's right.
Kind of a little theme to end out the month, because that is the last day of the month. I think it is the 28th this Friday. The first. But I do want to say that is the next Film with Friends, the Friday Film with Friends. The next Films with Friends in 2 weeks on my channel, we are going to be joined by one Miss Evelyn Hampton, who is our maven of the March monster movies. And we're going to be watching Beast from 20,000 Fathoms, classic 50s monster film. And then, of course, later that month, she's going to be also joining us for a Japanese film from the 70s called Inframan.
Interesting.
which is going to be a really bizarre and fun. I think I have a lot of fun with that one. So that's what's coming up this week. So Troy, you got anything else you'd like to talk about?
Well, next Friday for last call, I am.
Oh God, I forgot. I'm sorry. I forgot on the last
It's
call.
okay. No
Yes,
worries.
next Friday on last call. What's happening on last call, Troy?
Special guest host will be Sir Torrin Clegane, and we're going to do a little bit of a retrospective on soap operas that we grew up with.
Ooh,
Yeah.
General Hospital. It's my first day. Sorry.
One Life to Live.
I'll be doing a lot of One Life to Live and All My Children. I can't remember which ones are his thing, but yeah.
I remember growing up, my mother's big one, and she got me into for a while, was Days of Our Lives.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
And then, of course, a lot of people. I was watching General Hospital when the whole Luke and Laura thing was going on.
That's right.
with the late great John Colicos starring
that's right.
on that show. But yeah, that'll be a very fun show to listen to. Anything else? What about? I think Bartan up to anything or?
I am working to get back on track with getting clips up from Geeky Geezers. They seem to be pretty popular because it gives people an opportunity to catch, just the segments that they were interested in. So we will get back to that this week.
Okay. Netter, besides the ending bit, do you have anything else you'd like to say?
I just dropped a 2-minute video today on a product demo. It's one of those toothpaste tube squeezy things, which I thought was pretty neat. Go check it out. Drop a thumbs up, a comment. Let me know what you thought of it. And
awesome. And as for my channel, of course, I told you what some of the rewatches are. Also, please, I got to keep an eye out for any 10-word reviews I've got coming out. I just posted one tonight on the film called Companion that stars Sophie Thatcher. Really, really like that one. I've also got reviews up for Hard Eyes, Love Hurts, The Gorge, which I also really, really like, and Captain America, Brave New World, and whatever else you may want to check out that I've posted that you might not have seen. I do want to thank everyone for being here. Of course, it's always great to have you guys joining us for a film, watching along, and chatting along with us. But of course, no one says how much you guys mean to us better than Netter of Netter's Network. Take us out, my dear.
Well, y'all know what I always say. We can talk amongst ourselves, and that's all well good and fun. But it's so much more fun when you guys are joining us in the chat, and you're dropping your comments, questions, trivia, being goofy, whatever it may be. And it doesn't feel like we're separated by miles or continents in some cases. It feels like we're all hanging out in the same room, enjoying each other's company and having a great time. And you guys, you're not just our friends. You guys are our family. We love you guys, and we appreciate you so very much. You could be anywhere right now, and you're here, and that's so encouraging. So thank you for encouraging us all so very greatly. Thank you for the many ways that you support us. And until next time, good night and God bless.
God bless you all. Thank you. Have a beautiful, beautiful Sunday. Have a great week ahead. Thank you for joining.